Okay, I think I've got an idea here. Shall I go from the top? If you're starting a business or if your business is quite young, then maybe it'd be a good idea to start with some of the strategies that really don't cost you an awful lot of money. Welcome to the 7-Day Weekend. Hi there and welcome back to this 7-Day Weekend, my channel where I'm helping business owners make more money, get more time and eventually create financial freedom for themselves. Now, in previous episodes, what I've done is I've talked about the 5 key drivers for profits, the really important levers that you need to pull in order to create massive increases in your profits. And the first one that we talked about was lead generation. So today what I want to do is talk about some lead generation strategies that you can do with little or no investment whatsoever. Now, there are 6 main strategies that I'm going to cover here today. But first and foremost, why is it important? Well, look, in any endeavor, you're either going to have to invest some time or you're going to have to invest some money, or maybe a bit of both. But actually, if you're starting a business or if your business is quite young or if you are concerned about wasting money on marketing, then maybe it'd be a good idea to start with some of the strategies that really don't cost you an awful lot of money. So those 6 strategies. First one I want to talk about is going to be, hang on a sec. First one is word of mouth. So word of mouth is probably the cheapest and easiest way for any business to generate leads. The challenge for most of us is that we don't actually do anything proactive to generate word of mouth. Now there's 21 different referral strategies that at least I know of and we know of in the action coach world that we'd love to teach you. So we're definitely going to have to cover referral strategies. So how do we proactively get our customers referring business to us? So what does a good referral strategy look like? Now, the fundamentals of making a great referral strategy work for you is you've got to be proactive about it. You've got to ask your clients for referrals. Now, here's one of the most important principles I want to teach you about this right now. When do you think it would be a good time to position with your clients that you're going to be asking them for a referral? Let me tell you when I think it is. Right at the beginning, right before you even make the sale. Imagine if you got 4 or 5 referrals from every single client that you worked with. I mean, what would that do to your business? So wouldn't it be a good idea right at the very beginning as part of your sales process to display the confidence at how good you are at doing what you do, to actually position with your client that you're going to be coming back and asking for 4 or 5 referrals once you have delivered on all your promises and over-delivered on their expectations. How amazing would that be? So I'm going to teach you a way in which you can do that with every single client that you work with to make sure that when you've done a great job for them, you're getting 4 or 5 referrals from every single person that you've worked with. The second one, which is also a referral strategy as well, is strategic alliances. How do strategic alliances work? Well, think about this. In most marketing strategies that you're using, you will be marketing directly to your potential customer. With strategic alliances, it works slightly differently. What you're doing with strategic alliances is you're thinking about all sorts of other businesses or service providers who are already working with your target customer. In other words, they're in front of your target customer day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. Your marketing isn't directly to them. Your marketing, or your relationship, I should say, you are building with those strategic alliances, and they're making introductions to you because they're in front of your target audience every single day. Now, why would they do that for you? The answer is because you commit to do the same. The point is, strategic alliances is about aligned businesses who are all fishing in the same pond, but not in competition with one another. Imagine having a team of 30 salespeople working for you and you're not even paying them a penny. How valuable would that be for your business? The third one, which is also aligned to strategic alliance, is host beneficiary. So in other words, where you've got somebody who has got a database of your target market and they own that database, how do we get them to agree to market your products and services to that database for free, or at least for very little investment? You see, the challenge that we have these days in the world that we live in is data. Who owns the data? Well, if you've built your own database of customers, you own that data. And there's other people out there who own databases of customers that you would like to get your hands on. Now, the challenge is they're not allowed to divulge that data with you. They're not allowed to give it to you, not even allowed to sell it to you in many cases. They own that data and they are allowed, on the whole, to market to that database. Now, wouldn't it be cool if they were able to market your products and services to those databases? Now, with a host beneficiary strategy, and in fact, there's multiple host beneficiary strategies, I'm going to show you ways in which you can get those people to market your products and services directly to their database. Again, why would they do that for you? Well, because you're going to make the commitment to either add value in that marketing piece, so you're making them look good. You're also going to commit to marketing their services to your database as well. Now, that could be through social media and it could be directly through the database, but we're going to cover host beneficiaries in a bit of detail because it's a great strategy. And you know what? It's a really underutilized strategy as well. It's something that I really think that if you want to market to people at low cost, really effectively, where someone else is advocating you, it's a bit of a no-brainer. LinkedIn. Okay, so what does smashing it on LinkedIn look like then? LinkedIn works on the principle of 3 degrees. So you've got third line connections, second line connections, and you've got your first line connections. And the first line connections are the people that you are actually networking with face to face. But if you imagine that you're only 3 people away from anybody you wanted to meet, then you are basically only 3 steps away from your next best customer. And if you think about LinkedIn as a networking platform and you use the same sort of principles that I'm going to teach you about networking and apply them to LinkedIn, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to make your profile really attractive so that people actually want to work with you. I'm going to show you how to use LinkedIn to help other people, but in the process of helping other people, you're helping yourself 5-fold, 10-fold even, so that you're getting regular streams of referrals from your LinkedIn network. The next one that I want to talk about is bold calling. Now, bold calling sounds a little bit like cold calling. Cold calling is on the telephone. Now, obviously, if you're using the telephone, it's going to cost you some money. And actually, you're probably going to burn through an awful lot of potential leads there by irritating people. And also, a lot of people don't particularly like cold calling on the telephone. So what's bold calling? Well, bold calling is when you're actually walking in. It works particularly well for business to business. It's a little bit more difficult business to consumer, but actually bold calling is when you're actually walking in and knocking on the door of a business that you might want to do business with. It may not sound all that appealing, but if I showed you how to do that and you were comfortable with it, and I showed you how it could get you a return on the time that you invest in it rather than the money that you invest in it, I'm sure that you would find that that would be a great lead generation strategy for you as well. So just to recap, those 6 strategies are...
You've not done networking.
I've not done networking. Okay, so the 6th strategy is networking. Now, generally, networking is there's going to be a little bit of investment in terms of money in networking because most of the organizations that put on networking events would at least expect you to invest in the actual cost of being at the event. But actually, it can be a very cost-effective way of generating lots and lots of leads. So we need to cover networking because there's tons of people out there connected with hundreds, if not thousands, of your customers, and you want to leverage their networks in order to be able to generate a steady stream of leads for you. So I'm going to need to delve into networking in detail as well. Now, all of these strategies that I'm talking about, they're not going to work for you unless you have a system, unless you have a process. So what I want to do is with each of these strategies, I want to show you what's the best practice system and best practice process that you can implement to make sure that you get plenty of leads from them. So come back and watch those videos, please. We're going to be putting those videos out in succession over the next few weeks and months, and I really want you to get great value. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so far. Share this with other business owners that you know so that they can get the learning too. And please turn on the notifications as well so that when those videos come out, you'll get a notification and you can go straight to it, and you'll be able to implement the stuff that I'm teaching you on those videos straight away to start generating more leads for your business. Hello, today I'm going to be teaching you how to ride a bicycle with a red nose and juggling at the same time. Is that all right? Okay, here we go.